Regular subscribers to the channel will know that I'm getting heavily involved in this whole child maintenance. Let's call it a scam. Let's call it what it is, where innocent people are being chased for arrears, literally in the thousands of pounds, money they don't owe, and it's causing an awful lot of life-changing and, dare I say it, life-ending problems. Now, there's a couple of things afoot. But before I go down that road, if you believe that the child maintenance system, the child maintenance service needs looking at, stripping apart, and, well, starting again somewhere fair, proportionate, subscribe to the channel. You're not alone. What we need is a public inquiry where we need it stripped right back. We need the spotlight shone on it. There is a petition going around, an actual parliamentary petition, which is starting to gain some major traction. Now, I can pull that up for you now, and you can see so far we're on 4,208 signatures. The whole idea of the petition, we are concerned that incorrect assessments and inflation of amounts owed by paying parents, combined with excessive use of enforcement action, has caused significant distress to many paying parents, leading in some cases to catastrophic consequences. You just got to Google Gavin Briggs and you will know. We want a public inquiry to investigate this. You can see the details of what we want. You know, £3.8 billion of arrears, which basically doesn't exist. It never did. And people are being chased for this all the time. People are having their houses taken all of the time, and lives are being completely and utterly ruined. Now, one encouraging thing that I saw and was sent to me last night was the fact that this is now starting to get into the mainstream media. And I want to play you a piece which was on GB News yesterday, which is a couple of minutes in length, and you'll see exactly what's going on. I'll put this full screen so obviously you can see it, and I'll play it now.
About the next big miscarriage of justice that up till now nobody has been talking about. Tell me more.
Yes, I've been writing in the Express today, but just let me say as an aside, you know, it's all very well for the post office to say they want to put the sub-postmasters back in the position that they were in. They can't do that.
No.
What they've been through can never, ever be eradicated. So they can't do that. They can only do it in monetary terms. But that aside, the next big one is the child maintenance service. People are committing suicide there. I have a long list of people who committed suicide, including where the coroners have actually said this suicide, you know, the CMS played a part in this. We have people sent to prison for money they don't owe. We have the National Audit Office telling a parliamentary committee that, yes, the CMS collects money that it's not owed. We had the head of the CMS, Noel Shanahan, saying that they inflated demands. And, you know, people have vast quantities of documents to show they simply could never have owed what is being alleged. And sometimes these arrears, you know, 20,000, 30,000. And sometimes money's been taken direct from bank accounts. And the biggest scandal of all is that they can't go into court and produce all the documents and say, right, you know, this is what I earned, here are the HMRC receipts, blah, blah, blah. They can't do that because the law itself says that once a liability order has been issued, it cannot be challenged in a court of law. That is a scandal, and that is why I have said, as the Justice spokesman, that reform...
Once a liability order has been issued, it cannot be challenged. Can you imagine that? Now, where I was brought up, where I believed in justice, you know, if there's an issue, if there's something going on with somebody, it has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And if there is evidence to disprove a charge, be it fraud or anything else of that nature, it should be allowed to be heard. But when it comes to the child maintenance service, a liability order is put in place. It cannot be challenged. Now, there was a rare example to this a few days ago where somebody who were going to have their house taken from them by the child maintenance service, got a stay for 3 months, you know, come back with proper figures, come back when you talk some sense, people, which was quite a result for normal people like you and me. But this goes on, and there are so many people out there that are falling foul of this. And Anne Widdecombe there gives a very good overview of, well, what's going on. And she's done an awful lot of writing in columns and papers and media and interviews, and very much involved in this. It needs exposing. What can you do at the moment? Please, if you can spare a minute of your time, sign the petition. It doesn't only affect fathers, it affects mothers too. It's broken families. It's awful, and it needs rectifying, it needs exposing, and it needs dealing with. We're at just over 4,000. We need 10,000 for a response from Parliament, and ideally we need 100,000 for some more solid action. Even if it fails, it's another way we put it in the spotlight, which is equally important. So I'll leave that to you. I appreciate it. Share this video, share everything. Let's get the word out there. And if you want to watch the interview I did with Ian Briggs, whose son Gavin, and well, let's face it, in turn, Ian is one of the victims of this whole scandal. You can see it there. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again soon.